Hello everyone. So let me show you another chart of a woman, a lady, with a set of placement that will show you the path of her life. Okay. So here it is. Look at it. The ascendant starts from Swati Nakshatra in Libra zodiac. Okay. So in my previous video, I told you that how the life starts from ascendant and then followed by the first planet in the chart, then how it travels towards the end, okay, like the last planet. That's how we have to always look at, so that you can understand the pattern of the life path of the person. Okay. So here, if you see, ascendant is in Swati Nakshatra. Swati is ruled by Rahu. And where is Rahu? It is the first graha, first planet sitting in the second house in Scorpio, a water sign. Then the next planet is Mars, followed by Mercury. Mars and Mercury, they both are enemies. But given the exaltation of Mars in Capricorn, Mars becomes the winner of this battle because they both are battling here, because they both are enemies, sitting in the same zodiac. And Capricorn is also battlefield. So Mars becomes the winner here. Then Sun is there. Sun is in Shatabisha, followed by Jupiter, Venus, Ketu, Saturn, and finally Moon comes into the picture. So as soon as you see life starts from Rahu, then ends in Moon. What do you understand? That understand, think about the conjunction of Moon and Rahu. Conjunction or the association between Moon and Rahu. It heightens the indulgence. It increases one's expectation in life. Okay. They they become bhoga, like they start enjoying bhoga more than required. Okay. So like in the previous video, I told you about the Moon and Ketu conjunction, how they become monk, like they start living the life of a monk. But Moon and Rahu conjunction or their association becomes completely opposite because Moon is the comfort, the contentment, and Rahu exaggerates it. So they will start thinking that instead of having whatever is required, they will start thinking that they need more so that they can become content. And once they get that more, whatever they think, then their expectation will go on to something else because Rahu is that bhoga. Rahu does not have the body, so it starts eating more and more and more. It never ends. So that's what happens whenever Moon and Rahu are connected in the chart. Here, what do we see? They are not directly connected, but they are in Kendra. And I mean, Rahu is the first graha and Moon is the last graha. So in that way, they are connected. And secondary connection is they are in Kendra to each other. Okay. And then next, if you see, they both are in houses of money. Second house is the house of wealth, stored wealth, and 11th house is the house of gains. So they both are connected to the wealth, the money, the earnings. Okay. So definitely this woman, so far, she lived a life of an indulgent. Okay. What type of an indulgence that was? Let's see. So Rahu is in a water sign. You may already get the picture. Then Sun in Shatavisha. Shatavisha is ruled by Varuna, Lord Varuna, the god of celestial waters. Okay. Then if you see Jupiter and Venus, the two most beneficial grahas, they are in another water sign, trying to this Rahu. Okay. They are also in malefic position in the sixth house. They are creating positive yogas here, but still they are in malefic house. They have to act in a malefic way. Even good things will come through maleficent way only. Okay. Then if you see Ketu, Ketu is in nakshatra of Rohini. Rohini is also a very indulgent nakshatra. Then moon is in Magha. Magha is the nakshatra of the kings. Okay. In the sense, kings are known for their lavish lifestyle. Okay. Then Saturn. Saturn is retrograde. Saturn is the commitment you give to yourself and give to others. Saturn is in the ninth house, but it is retrograde, moving towards the eighth house. Eighth house is the 12th from ninth house. Okay, ninth house represents your higher knowledge, your evolutionary part of your mind, how you evolve, how you grow as a person. So here, what do you see? The ninth lord is already getting beaten up by Mars, losing the battle with Mars here. Okay, and ninth house has Saturn, which is also retrograde. So the positive yoga that is getting created, the Raj yoga that is getting created by fifth lord being in the ninth house, that is also getting nullified here because Saturn is moving towards the eighth house. So the commitment they give to themselves and to others that start becoming null. Okay. So people, even they themselves stop believing in their words. That's what happened in this person's case. Okay. Like so many times, they for a very long time they were indulging themselves with alcohol. Okay. Like for a very long time. I mean, it goes beyond also, beyond alcohol also, but that is the main problem they had. And they were always conscious about it because Jupiter and Rahu are trying to, sorry, Jupiter and Venus are trying to this Rahu, and ascendant Lord Venus is also with the Jupiter. So for a very long time they were conscious, but they could not do anything about it because their karmic path itself says that they have to go through this. They have to go through and learn. That's what I said. Jupiter and Venus, they are in malefic position. So only by doing something, some mistakes, they will learn that it is a mistake. They have to get rid of it. They have to get away from it like that. Okay. Then after once they have come out of it, they get back to it once again. So this type of thing happened a few times in this person's life. In fact, more than a few times. So finally, now this person in their 50s, they are completely gotten rid of it. From the late 40s itself, it's been some years. They are sober. And after they have been through some, we can say, near death experiences. Okay. Like, due to health issues and all like that. Losing almost at the verge of losing their mind and losing their body also like that. And this yoga, Jiva Sanjeevani yoga, that also helped them. Whenever they go through such issue, it will bring them back again to consciousness, to think in a better way, to get out of it like that. Okay. So this is what I wanted to show you. Like as soon as you see that the Lagna Nakshatra Lord Rahu indulgence comes into the picture, then Rahu is in Anuradha, which is also Vatari Nakshatra. Okay, like Jala Nakshatra, and then uh, Scorpio, which is also Jala Tattva, okay, water zodiac. And then we see like Mars and Mercury. Mars represents your willpower. So Mars represents your willpower, and Mercury is the buddhi, the knowledge and intelligence. They both are fighting with each other. So what happens is it's not like Mars is, yes, Mars is always winning. Okay. But at the same time, whenever Mars becomes a little bit careless. Mercury starts manipulating Mars. Okay, whenever her body tries to, win over the mind, like I don't want to drink, what happens? The mind starts convincing. Then, then she had to fight, and she had to get rid of that behavior, that habit. So this was a cycle, ups and downs like that. Okay, because if you see fourth house is trying to eighth and 12th. What do we know about 8th and 12th? They both are having this pattern, ups and downs pattern. Nothing is permanent in 8th and 12th house. Since Mars and Mercury are trying to these two houses, even their battle, their victory, the Martian victory is also not permanent. Okay. Then Sun in Shatabisha, the Lord of Waters, I told you. Then Jupiter and Venus are also in water sign. Then Ketu is in Indulgent Nakshatra. Saturn is in the house of principles, house of law, house of judgment. But Saturn also moving towards the eighth house, which says that there is no judgment, there is no rule, there is no law, nothing. Eighth house is like completely unknown world. So Saturn is like, oh, fine, okay, fine. I don't want to follow anything. I'm moving towards the eighth house. And Ketu is also there. Ketu is already headless, like a headless monk who doesn't care about law or rule or nothing. So Saturn going there from the ninth house, Saturn is like, oh yeah, okay, fine. I don't care about any law or anything, man. All these things are too much. That mindset of anti-establishment or anti-law that comes into the picture. Then finally, Moon becomes the last planet, the last graha. Not only that, there is one thing I want to tell you. She was born on the day of Purnima. So what do we know about Purnima? On the full moon night, what happens? The tide, oceanic tides, they are high. They are so active because moon also has its own gravitational pull. So it makes the sea waters rise high, become very active. Okay. So that's what happened with her. Whenever she was having some, what to say, like alcohol in her body, she was feeling too active. She could able to think properly. So now she had replaced that with something else, like with the medicinal things and all. But my point is that now also the body works in the same way. She has to always hydrate herself, not just with water. Because if you see sea water has not just the water, it has a lot of other things. So likewise, this is what these people who are born on Purnima, they especially with all the other things are also saying, supporting the factor. Then these people always like they have to take herbal water, some medicinal water like that, so that they can think properly, they can act properly, they can be stable. Otherwise, the planets will start acting tamasic. Okay, so that's another thing. Like when we see that Rahu Dasha started from 2019. Okay, from Rahu Jupiter Dasha, that's when she started completely becoming sober, leaving all these indulgence away. Can you imagine Rahu represents indulgence, but in Rahu Dasha, she got rid of that indulgence. That's how Rahu Ketu works. We can never completely say that this is what Rahu is, this is what Ketu is. I mean, of course, yes, they have some characteristics, but in their Dasha, nobody can predict 100%. This is how they will work. Because, like I always say, Rahu and Ketu are inherently connected. So, Whenever Rahu gets activated, Ketu also gets activated. So Rahu gives and Ketu takes it away. So Rahu was giving before its time. But when Rahu time started getting activated, Ketu was like, okay, you are always giving, giving, giving. So now I'm going to take it away. So Ketu took it away. That's what happened. Okay. And if you see, like her life started with Ketu Dasha. Moon in Magha Nakshatra ruled by Ketu. So life started with Ketu Mahadasha. So from then on, she became an indulgent. I mean, from then on, in the sense, not obviously not from the not right from the birth, but my point is from the starting point. So Ketu was acting like Rahu, but when Rahu Dasha started, Rahu started acting like Ketu. Because if you see, also they both are also exchanging their exaltation places. That's also one another factor that why Rahu is acting like Ketu. Okay, so this is a very good chart for analysis. That's why I showed you today. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. Goodbye.